is everyone? It's been a very long minute since I've been live in this channel. Lord Jesus, this is so weird. Like I was looking at all of like the banners that my StreamYard account has, and I'm like, I don't have the time or the bandwidth to change them. So that's gonna get done on another day. Today is not gonna be that day. But yeah, welcome to my 75 writing channel stream. If you have not read the description below, I am pretty much just taking the next, not counting today. So the next 75 days from September 1st until November 15 to get as much writing done as possible. I already have specific projects that I want to work on and kind of like a few of them I want to get like done, and some of them I just want to make progress. So that's what we're going to be working on. It's going to be my classic writing stream, which is usually 30 minutes of a sprint, 4 sprints, and then a 10-minute break in between to, get updates and chat and all of that. Um, Also, I I will apologize for the people who don't enjoy watching people eat, but I am gonna eat also because I had lunch around 2:30, 3 p.m. and now at 7, now that I am streaming, I'm getting hungry. So I have right now I have one slice of pizza here, and then I have the other one still in the air fryer. So I will be eating the last four slices of pizza that I have left. Um, I am drinking a diluted refresher from Panda Express. And yeah, we're just gonna I need to get my MacBook out of there because, well, I don't know if I will be using my MacBook because I think I will be working on a Mireia project. And for that one, I'm still outlining. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna use this laptop or if I'm just gonna work from here. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, Hello, Regina. It's so good to see you too. Honestly, I am again. I'm just like, what? Why? What am I doing here? It's just I'm not used to it. Definitely not used to it. Well, that was the thing. So yeah. Actually, because I have time, I don't know how much this microphone will pick if I move around. I'm not 100% sure. I also move where my desk and my new bookshelves are, so we might get more noises coming from my neighborhood. So I do apologize for that. I will eventually get because I already have now the monitor in on an arm, so I can kind of like move. Well, I'm right now not gonna move you, but I can technically move it closer or farther, or I can move this. Um, and I will eventually get an arm for the microphone, so I can kind of like have it closer and don't compete too much with the outside noise. Um, because I am sure I can get an arm for the microphone faster than I can put the entire house in AC and kind of like muffle the noise. Right now I can't. So I might have to hold this until whoever is making the noise leaves. Um, so yeah. Also, I'm excited because if you're new here, I use Spirit City, which is a productivity body doubling cozy game, available on Steam. I am not affiliated or anything like that. I just generally like it and use it. They released like a week ago, I think, maybe a week, probably a week ago. They released a new DLC, so new content for you to purchase and download, and it is a magical library. And I started kind of like playing with it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this so much, especially because we're like getting so close to spooky season. Love it. So we will be using that for our sprints for tonight. And yeah, let me go ahead and get my other 3 slices of pizza, and I'll be back. I sadly don't have the things that I do have on Twitch that are like the be right back scenes and things like that. So, while I do that, you can take a peek of what so far is on my bookshelf. I can just move this a little higher so you guys can see while I do that. A little higher. Then I'll move it downward. While I do that, you can take a peek of what I've been able to move because your girl has a lot of books. So I'll be right back. I'll be right back. See, that was quick. Yeah, the year's not done, and it's been a year and it's not done. Hello, Morgan. Now I can move it down. There we go. There we go. For anyone who can see that is tilted, it's just the where the cable of the camera is at makes the camera tilt a little bit. And obviously, when you have something that has so many straight lines, you can totally see that the camera is crooked. So I do apologize for that if that makes it a little harder, makes your, I don't know, OCD flare up, or kind of like gives you anxiety. I do apologize. I wish I could do something about it because it doesn't completely bother me, but it irks me. So I get it. Um, so let me go ahead and share the Spirit City. We are in the library. I think we're probably, oh god, because I have this so inverted. It's so strange. I think we're gonna do, if it wants to work, there we go. I think we're gonna do the fireplace, and we gotta do some writing. Is what it is? Yes. And I'm gonna do a full view so you can see more of it. And then I need to move this here. There we go. Yeah. that's pretty much gonna be the setup. I honestly have, where is the mouse? I need the mouse here. Okay. Honestly, the because the display of the screen configuration are a little bit on the strange to me side, I am actually will take my MacBook out and use it, even though I'm gonna be in Notion and I can do that here. I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with moving the cursor too much. Too much. So let me go ahead and get the computer out. Hold on. And that way I also can connect my headphones and listen to different music. Because while I can put just general music when I'm on Twitch, because eventually once it goes into like the VOD, it will mute whatever the system, algorithm, robot, whatever things might get copywritten. Here on YouTube, it doesn't do that, and it would immediately strike you. And I don't need that. I don't need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the MacBook to work on Notion. Hold on, let me get a bite. I'm hungry. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. We will get into the sprint very soon. Sometimes computers take too long. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me hide this. Let me lower this a little bit more. I am hitting play for the music. And we're gonna go ahead and start. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Start session. I will stay muted, just so you know. And probably the first sprint is gonna be just me eating, so yeah. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Happy writing! that was time, friends. How did we do? How did we do? Let me stop them. Can you pause? Yes. Also, I should... Fireplace is okay. I think the typewriter is a little too loud to be like constantly. I think that's okay. I'm not sure. That's probably okay. Okay, how did we do, friends? Let me get the microphone a little closer. Also, my own volume, I am going to lower it. Also, so we got a JC coming in when the sprint started. Hello, friend. Hello. Let's see. Morgan says, I posted a TikTok with my stats for August. Book sales and subs. Ooh, I need to check your TikTok. Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I am working on a Mireya project. So Mireya is my pen name where I have all of my paranormal, bloody, spicy and different levels romances. That's where Marina Vampire is at. That's where the Witch and Her Shadow is. I mean, that's under the pen name. They are still on my Coffee and my Patreon, but that's the pen name they will go in once I tackle the monstrous revisions. But while I do that, I'm like, I don't want to wait until that is done to work on the other projects, because I already have 2, maybe 3 series planned under that pen name. One is a 4-book series. Another one I think is a 10-book series with a 5-book series spin-off. I think is how I structure it. And I structure it that way because originally it was supposed to be like a 15-book series. That was very intense to think about it. So I am working on the 4-book series that is I have mentioned it like once or twice in past years. This is my Caroline Inspire vampire romance. Because one thing I did not appreciate from Vampire Diaries is literally having Claus saying the line, I don't intend to be your first, I intend to be your last, to Caroline. And if I remember correctly, it was on her graduation when he showed up on graduation and saved her. One of the multiple times he saved her in situations that he didn't cause. Because, there's a few moments, situations that he saved her, but he caused the harm too. So, and I've always, I enjoy that couple. I enjoy how she saw through his facade of being like the worst person ever. And honestly, he was just a little too smart for his own good. And often, very smart people come off kind of like villainous. And I like that she was also smart, but she used a different facade that he also saw through it. So I really enjoy their dynamic. I really enjoy this opposites attract, this we shouldn't be together. You're wrong for so many reasons, but you're also right for so many reasons. I also love like a redemption arc. They could have done so many things with them. They did not. So I'm like, I'm gonna write my own. So I'm working on the outline for the first book on that 4-book series. Um so yeah, that series is out of love and love for the couple and hate for what the showrunners and writers did to them. I'm talking about. Okay, hold on. Having never seen Vampire Diaries, I have no comments. Oh, such a good show. It's a very cheese. It can be very cheesy, but it's such a good show. Vampire Diaries. Yes, yes. Caroline and Claus. Yes, 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 yes. Cause I'm still so mad. Again, part of in my notion, the image that I have on top of my column for the outline is literally, you know, when you find, do I show it? Let me see how. Hold on. Just I gotta be careful when I show my notion, I have to be very careful what can be seen. Because it's still not that many. I have a lot of secrets. I just have a lot of secrets, you know? So let me stop this and let me share this. Okay, hope you guys can see it. So, oh, it's in characters. I thought it was here, but no, it's here. Like this piece of line, he's your first love, I intend to be your last, however long it takes. It doesn't come into fruition at all. And I hate the showrunners and the writers for doing that. So, out of my own like love and pettiness, I am writing my own. Also, there's a peak of kind of like a mood board of sorts. So, yeah. So, yeah. So bad that they did that and it didn't go anywhere. Hate it so much. Um, okay, we still have. I'm supposed to do this to be a little bit bigger. Um, yes, can I bid a read for that story? There are my yes, you I will certainly send it to you once it's okay for me to, you know, share it with other people. I've seen clips and snippets, and just nothing has ever made me want to watch it, so I'll just take you and Morgan word for it. I mean, also, you're not drawn to vampires and witches and werewolves the way I or Morgan or other people are. Um, so that is perfectly fine. Also, um, yes, that is a CW show. You can tell when it's a CW show. And some people just don't vibe with CW produced show. That is perfectly fine. It got silly after a few seasons, but I still watch all 8. I don't remember where I stopped. Yeah. Maybe they did it that way because, you know, that's life. No. No, no, no. No. They're vampires. They can make a lot of shit happen. Yeah. But which is all about technically, but you're not someone who like immediately watch every show about vampires, what witches and werewolf. I think the only paranormal show that I have not watched is Teen Wolf because it's pretty much just werewolf. But yeah, I may get bored and watch one. But I don't think there is a show or a movie. Really, there's very little shows or movies about vampires and witches that I have not watched because that is my shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and we will get back to working. See you guys in 29 minutes. And that is time, friends. That was our second sprint. How did we do? So I thought I did talk about the project that I was working on, but I did not say what I was really doing. I am doing the chaptered outline. So usually when I work on fantasies or paranormal, anything that is not just romance, I use the Save the Cat beat sheet to do a outline, and then I use that to do a chaptered outline. So I'm using my Save the Cat beat sheet to do my chaptered outline. If I am doing a straight up romance, even if it's a paranormal, like if the romance is the main focus and everything else is secondary, I use Romancing the Beat, and I already have the way that I divide those beats into chapters. So usually I do a Romancing the Beat and chapter outline at the same time because I already have my own formula of it. But when I'm doing like fantasies, paranormal, that it's just like the paranormal aspect are a little bit more forefront than the romance, that's when I use Save the Cat cheat beat. So I did chapter 2 and chapter 3. And yeah, chapter 2 and chapter 3. I'm pretty sure I did those. I kept like going back and forth, back to chapter 2 and adding, just don't forget this and don't forget that and add this and add that. As I was working on chapter 3. So this is where I stopped reading the comments. They were definitely petty. Yeah, it is totally my thing. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was like looking, I'm like, so the new DLC has to come with a new sound. At the very least one. And they used to have just the classic type sound of a laptop. And now they have it. I don't know since when. I'm gonna say now, but I don't know since when they added the typewriter. So I'm like, because I'm gonna be in the fireplace, so I have the fireplace sound and the typewriter sound up, and then I have the spooky playlist, the October playlist for the Lo-Fi Girl playlist collab they do with Spirit City. We also got a Tiffany while we were sprinting. Hello, everyone, just saying hi while making dinner and doing laundry. What that was supposed to be done this morning. A lot of highs back and forth. We also got a Eva coming in while we were sprinting. I hope the challenge is going well. So far, so good. Technically, the challenge doesn't start until tomorrow, but I decided to start today because the last Monday within the 75 days were a week prior the last day. So I'm like, okay, let me start streaming from the 31st. So those 11 weeks of 75 words of weeks has 11 streams at the very least. That was my train of thought. Tiffany finished cooking dinner and now is eating. Everyone is asking, what are you having? And Tiffany's having baked salmon and rice. So Morgan scroll on TikTok. And then we got a Laura coming in. Hello, hello. And then I hire friends to be my publishing manager. And we had our first meeting. Woo! I have now contacted 5 development editors for Crimson Strings. I also know which cover designer I want. Ooh, nice. That is exciting. I love that you were able to recognize that you needed someone to sort of serve like a operational manager, publishing manager, to kind of like help you, follow through with everything you want to do. Sometimes that's all it takes. Someone to hold the calendar, hold the deadlines, and be like, where is your deliverable? That was very much the operational manager talk. Work, Lord. That is fantastic. This sounds amazing. My next goal is to finish the Heartbreaker Scammer. I think I only have 3k more words to write. Ooh, that's very doable. Do you know that you guys plan out how long you're gonna have realistically with your job and school? Like what's gonna be your deadline for finishing those 3,000 words? It is fantastic. Honestly, we all need creatives especially do need someone that has or can oscillate better between their analytic side and their creative side to hold mostly creatives accountable and keep that machine working. Yes, I need 500 words a week. Oh, that is very manageable. I love it. And I know, because it's 500 words, I know you're gonna make sure, because the way that you write, that they're gonna be like good 500 words. So at least prose-wise and line edit-wise, it's gonna be a solid manuscript, and your developmental editors can just pretty much focus on, is this a structurally sound story? Love that. I have the utmost faith in you, Laura. And Tiffany and Regina screaming at each other. Here's hoping. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And I'm pretty sure everyone in chat believes in you, Laura. So you're gonna this is gonna work. I had to duck out for an hour. Long phone call from an old friend, just hung up. That is perfectly fine. Spending time with friends, it's always a priority. So no one needs to. I know you're just sharing it, but for anyone else who is like watching for the first time and interacting for the first time, you don't need to excuse yourself with me. Let's see. I have a budget for developmental edit. Hopefully I can get it back this year. Depends on which editor accepts me and their schedule. Yes. And I have so many questions. I see, the thing is, like, Mondays for me, I pretty much spend my entire day working. I work 2 jobs currently, hoping to switch to a single full-time job because I am losing my mind. But yeah, I spend my entire days, my entire Mondays working, and I'm very much on a analytic side of brain. So I have so many questions, but this is just my analytical brain. I'm gonna put it here because I haven't, but maybe someone has. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, and we're gonna get into our third 30-minute sprint. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Happy writing! And that is time. That is our third writing sprint. How did we do? I plowed through those chapter outlines. And I pretty much have the first act chapter outline. This is why I kind of like love doing beat sheet outlines and then doing chapter outlines, because then I kind of like, that way I can work a little bit more on pacing, and obviously I can expand a little bit more on things. So yeah, that was very fast. And I am, oh, I can barely wait to start drafting it. It's gonna be so much fun for me. Because obviously I'm the only one who's gonna read it for a while. So, okay. So Laura did ask if anyone has paid for a dev edit before. Uh, she thinks she has enough, but is not sure. The manuscript is 83K. Morgan did mention that she had it, but doesn't remember the amount. Also, we got a D popping in saying hi. Time zones are crazy. A few highs, and then Laura contacted one through Fiverr and the others through Reedsy. I do appreciate you having the stream on, even if you're not participating. That is totally fine. Sometimes you just need something there that you can just once in a while look at it and be like, "Oh, what is happening?" And I'm glad I can be that. Also Tall, aka Elemental on Twitch. I know they are an editor. I don't know if they do dev apps, but we're asking. Laura got quotes from two of the Reedsy editors and is like, oof, but I can make it work. We also got a publishing with Andy, I'm sorry. Hi Andy, hope you're doing well. And then just more conversations between Eva and Laura about a developmental editor. Highs from Regina. Regina's doing pretty well. And then Morgan said good night, going to bed. And that's it. I am outlining all of this, but you know what I don't think I have, which sometimes I am too excited about the projects, the ideas, and the stories that I jump ahead and don't follow my kind of like the way that I work on stories. And I don't know if I have I don't know if I have a I don't know if I have a Pinterest board for this project. I would love to know. Like right now, I am like very bright because I am looking on. Oh, I do have. Okay. I do have a Pinterest board. I don't know if I have a playlist. That is very important. Right now, what I'm listening is working because I am so incredibly obsessed with two specific songs from K-pop boy bands that I love that made a comeback finally, and I am having the best fanger time on my little lonesome, not lonesome, lonesome. I I want to say few. I don't want to say the only one. I'm one of those few fangirls who enjoy fangirling by herself than with other people. Nothing wrong with like community, and I have a good amount of K-pop fangirl friends in the different fandoms that I'm in. But I don't, whenever there is a comeback or if I'm like hooked with a song or anything like that, I don't automatically go to them. I usually just share it like on my social media so at least they are aware I am aware in case they themselves want to fangirl together, but I enjoy fangirling by myself. So I am having a good old time listening to those two songs over and over and over and over and over again. I am having a blast seeing the music videos over and over and over again and watching the music performance over and over and over again. The funny thing about like K-pop fandom is like you have the performance video and then you have the performance video per member, like they edit it so they focus on a single member, and then you can watch those two. That is not counting any additional like promotion or shows they do. See, it's been such a long time since I streamed that I forgot that I do this. So you guys can actually see me and kind of like feels like we're having a conversation. Even though I'm just like blabbering. But yeah, I do need to curate a playlist for this project because when I am not obsessed with specific songs, I will need the playlist to work on it, especially because in the next 75 days for the writing challenge, I will be working on 4 projects at the same time. Yes. Not completely at the same time, but 4 projects during the same week. I think if I remember correctly, I told myself that because Sally's projects do have deadlines, out of the 5 days at the very least I am writing, 2 of them need to be Sally, and then 1 can be for each pen name. If it's a week that I have the bandwidth in and I want to write 6 days, that additional day has to be for my own project, for Esther. So there's that. Also, because I didn't read it, I just showed it because it was a conversation between Eva and Regina. I totally missed out this. Happy birthday, Regina! And yes, 77 is such a fun number. Oh my god! That is fabulous. I am glad that we are blessed enough to have you for this long, and I hope and pray that we keep being blessed with your friendship and your presence for 20, 30 more years. You know? Because you are a delight, Regina. You are, and you're definitely a light in the community. So many blessings. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great rest of your week. I am very much of a proponent that you can take the entire day, the entire weekend, the entire week, the entire month. Celebrate as long as you want to, because you deserve to. So, there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this switch because we are getting ready for our last sprint of the evening, and then we can chit chat for a little bit. For a bit. Because she has not said anything, but I'm sure my own dog will love to go out. Saying it quietly shows she doesn't get excited. So yeah, I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. And that is time. That was our last sprint of the evening. 1 second. How did we do? I spent the majority of it working on the first chapter of Act 2. Kind of like going a little bit by little bit because it kind of like that serves that if you know, I mean, if you're familiar with the Save the Cat beat sheet, that's kind of like I made a chapter to have kind of like coming right after the turn of Act 2, and also has the B story in it too, or at least the start of the B story. So I needed to make sure that whatever I was putting in that chapter outline wasn't supposed to be something that it should be in the fun and games. Because a lot of the times, the majority of the ideas that we have either are at the beginning of the story or are fun and game scenes. Because usually in the fun and game scenes is where you are exploring the premise of the premise. And that's where all the cool things happen. So I needed to make sure that what I was putting there was not supposed to be in the fun and game scenes or chapters. So that took me pretty much the entire 30 minutes, give it or take, with like making faces at my dog and blowing her kisses and standing up to like get her out and opening the door so she could get in and things like that. And that is just like a minute here, a minute there. So pretty much the entire sprint was just that. So at least I am very satisfied with reaching Act 2 in the chapter outline for this story. Because I also kind of like jotted a little bit more down on the ending of the book. Because the ending of the book is pretty much kind of like the beginning of the rest of the series. And it also has to do with something the love interest is doing outside of the book, because I think this book is just gonna be her POV, and maybe I will bring his POV on later books. Not 100% sure yet, but kind of like we we see firsthand. I'm aiming for a cliffhanger type of ending. So, but like we see like in the book what the what he's dealing with. We just don't know he's dealing with that. Like talking about like constructing a story without saying specific is so annoying. Seriously, you don't want to say everything, but you're like, how do I explain something without saying all of it? Laura says happy birthday to Regina. And then Laura says, I now have 3 editors offering on Crimson Strings. I'm leaning towards the middle one. I email Elemental, so we'll see what their offer is. Love it. Excellent progress, and you're very welcome. So JC says, I got myself set up in the bed, got my water and some coffee, and now I might can work on some stuff. I just got back into the house when you went live, so it took me a minute to get settled. I completely understand. I'm still on my working clothes. Like, I don't I don't dress this nicely when I am here. I am so looking forward to end the stream and change into pajamas. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Sam is the cutest. And oh, that sounds intriguing. It is. So far, it is. At least it is for me. It is so hard to try to explain what you're trying to construct. Hello, Guido! Welcome, welcome. Kind of like welcome to the end of it. So sorry. Tiffany says happy birthday to Regina. And then Gwenna says, oh, happiest of birthdays to the lovely Regina. Um, hi to JC. Gwenna says, I slept all day and all I want to do is go back to bed. Then go, darling. Like if your body and your brain it's asking for it and you can spare going back to bed, if like the kiddo and the husband can fend for themselves, go back to bed. Sam, ya tú saliste. And then, when I miss your face, says JC, and yes, go to bed. If you hear, like, I don't know, little tappy sounds, on a tile, that's my dog. Sam is just trying to get her tail. And I don't. She usually does that when she wants to go outside, but she came from outside 10 minutes ago. So I'm like, and this is the problem. It's gonna be 10 p.m. and now she's wanna be out every hour, and it's like, girl, it's late. Like, we shouldn't be doing this. It's late and it's also a Monday night. Chill. Um, yeah. She's adorable, but I don't enjoy her wanting to go out constantly when it's this late at night. Monsieur, I do want to go back to bed. I'm going to scroll on YouTube and then do that. Go, 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 go. Okay, so dame un segundo. Te vuelvo a sacar de ahí. Dame un break. Déjame terminar aquí. Eh, okay, friends. So, if life allow it, I will be back here next Monday. I don't think I will be able to make any of my friends' streams because I do have commitments in the evening, most of my evenings. So I do gotta find time to write during the beginning of the challenge. So that's fun. Um, so if lives permitted, if nothing happens and I don't have to cancel, I'll see you guys next Monday. If I have to cancel, then so be it. I I am going to try to get back to my life regardless of what is happening around it. Cause I cannot just like be waiting for things to stop happening for me to then finally, because by that time I will be like 60 years old or something like that, and that I don't want to wait that long. I've been waiting for far too long. So, um, if you follow me on social media, if I cancel, I usually let you guys know through the YouTube community post and or through Instagram stories. I very rarely say anything on TikTok because I don't promote streams on TikTok. Um, and I definitely don't even use my Facebook page. So there is that. Um, so you will know if there is a cancellation through the YouTube post, community post, or Instagram stories. Um, yeah, that will be it for now. It was wonderful to see you too, Gwynna, and I am so happy that I was able to be here, that I spent time with your friends, that I am sort of back to streaming. And I say sort of because it's just going to be this next 10 Mondays. And then I'm just going to spend my holidays mostly offline. Um, so yeah, I am gonna go because Sam is definitely looking at me like, you said you just needed to wrap up, and I just keep yapping. You're very welcome. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you next Monday. Bye.